the complete life story of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Introduction. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is the final prophet of Islam and the most influential figure in the history of mankind. His life, character, and teachings serve as a complete model for humanity. Born in 570 CE in Mecca, his life journey, from orphanhood to becoming a spiritual leader, represents the triumph of truth, patience, compassion, and faith. 1. Early life, 570 to 610 CE. Birth and family background. Muhammad, PBUH, was born in Mecca in the tribe of Quraysh. His father Abdullah died before he was born, and his mother, Amina, passed away when he was just 6 years old. He belonged to the noble Hashemite clan, descendants of Prophet Abraham, through his son Ishmael. Childhood and orphanhood. After his mother's death, Muhammad, PBUH, was raised by his grandfather, Abdul Muttalib, and later by his uncle, Abu Talib. Despite being orphaned, he grew up under the care of loving guardians who instilled noble values in him. He spent part of his childhood in the desert with a wet nurse named Halimah, which strengthened his character and language. Youth and reputation. As he matured, Muhammad, PBUH, became known for his honesty, truthfulness, and trustworthiness. People of Mecca nicknamed him Al-Amin, the trustworthy, and As-Sadiq, the truthful. He was never involved in idol worship or immoral acts common in his society. 2. Marriage and business life. At the age of 25, Muhammad, PBUH, was employed by Khadija bint Khuwaylid, a wealthy and respected businesswoman. Impressed by his integrity and skills, she proposed marriage. He accepted, and their marriage was filled with love, peace, and mutual respect. They had 6 children together, including Fatima, R.A., the mother of his grandsons Hassan and Hussein. Khadija, R.A., remained his only wife during her lifetime, and she was his greatest support during the early days of his mission. The first revelation, 610 CE, at the age of 40, Muhammad, PBUH, often spent time in solitude in the cave of Hira, reflecting on the injustices and spiritual emptiness of Meccan society. One night during Ramadan, he received the first revelation through angel Gabriel. Read, "In the name of your Lord who created." Quran, Surah Al-Alaq. 1. This marked the beginning of his prophethood. Initially terrified, he returned home and was comforted by Khadija, who took him to her cousin, Waraka ibn Nawfal, a Christian scholar. Waraka confirmed that Muhammad, peace be upon him, was the awaited prophet. The early days of Islam, for the first 3 years, Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, preached Islam secretly to close friends and family. The first converts included Khadija, R.A., Abu Bakr, R.A., Ali ibn Abi Talib, R.A., and Zayd ibn Haritha, R.A. Afterward, he began to preach publicly, calling people to worship one God, Allah, abandon idol worship, and practice justice, compassion, and moral behavior. The message of Islam challenged the social norms, corruption, and idol-based power structure of the Quraysh leaders. 5. Persecution and patience. As Islam gained followers, the Quraysh leaders began to severely persecute the Muslims. They were tortured, boycotted, and some even killed. Yet, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, remained patient and steadfast. His uncle Abu Talib and wife Khadija supported him through this difficult period. In the year of sorrow, 619 CE, both Abu Talib and Khadija passed away, leaving the Prophet vulnerable. Despite grief and isolation, he did not abandon his mission. 6th journey to Taif and the night journey, Isra and Miraj. Seeking support, the Prophet, PBUH, traveled to the city of Taif. However, he was rejected and attacked. Despite this, he prayed for their guidance, not their destruction. Soon after, Allah honored him with a miraculous journey, Isra and Miraj, where he traveled from Mecca to Jerusalem and ascended to the heavens. He met previous prophets and received the command of 5 daily prayers. 7. Migration to Medina, Hijrah, 622 CE. Due to escalating persecution, Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, and his followers were granted refuge in Yathrib, later known as Medina. The migration, or Hijrah, marked a turning point in Islamic history and the beginning of the Islamic calendar. In Medina, he established the first Islamic state based on justice, cooperation, and religious freedom. He created a constitution, Sahifat al-Madina, guaranteeing the rights of Muslims, Jews, and other communities. 8. Life in Medina and battles. The Battle of Badr, 624 CE. The first major battle between Muslims and Quraysh. Despite being outnumbered, Muslims won due to faith and divine support. The Battle of Uhud, 625 CE. Muslims initially gained the upper hand, but suffered a setback due to disobedience. The Prophet himself was injured. The lesson emphasized unity and obedience. The Battle of the Trench, 627 CE. The Quraysh and allied tribes laid siege to Medina. The Muslims, under Prophet Muhammad's, peace be upon him, leadership, and with a trench strategy, successfully defended the city. Despite facing betrayal and opposition, the Prophet always upheld justice and mercy, even toward his enemies. 9. The Treaty of Hudaybiyah and the spread of Islam. In 628 CE, the Prophet attempted a peaceful pilgrimage to Mecca. Though initially blocked, a treaty was signed allowing Muslims future access. This event demonstrated the Prophet's wisdom and commitment to peace. Islam spread rapidly during this period. Letters were sent to kings and emperors inviting them to Islam. Many tribes embraced the faith, and the message of Islam reached beyond Arabia. The Conquest of Mecca, 630 CE. After repeated violations of the treaty by the Quraysh, the Prophet led a peaceful march into Mecca with 10,000 companions. Instead of revenge, he forgave his former enemies, declaring, "No blame will there be upon you today. Go, for you are free." The Kaaba was cleansed of idols and rededicated to the worship of Allah alone. 11. The Farewell Pilgrimage and Final Sermon. In 632 CE, Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, performed his first and only Hajj and delivered his farewell sermon. In it, he emphasized the equality of all human beings, the importance of justice and women's rights, the sanctity of life and property, holding fast to the Quran and Sunnah. I have left among you 2 things. You will never go astray as long as you hold fast to them, the Book of Allah and my Sunnah. 12th. Death and Legacy. Shortly after returning from Hajj, Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, fell ill. He passed away in the arms of his wife Aisha, R.A., at the age of 63. His death marked the end of revelation and prophethood. He was buried in the chamber of Aisha, R.A., which is now part of the Prophet's mosque in Medina. Conclusion. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is the greatest example for all of humanity. His life demonstrated humility, mercy, wisdom, and strength. He transformed a society immersed in darkness into a beacon of knowledge, faith, and justice. Millions around the world continue to love him deeply and strive to follow his teachings. The Quran, his sayings, Hadith, and his actions, Sunnah, are timeless guides for anyone seeking truth, peace, and a meaningful life.